happiest of Mondays of them all. If you are joining live, let me know if my internet connection is working. It says unstable internet. Happy Monday. I am streaming to you on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. So let me know which platform you are watching on. And I have got something super ninja today. Like, you know me as the LFG queen, like, let's get after it. And I'm constantly reading new stuff, listening to what other people are telling me, and trying to make sure that A, taking action, and B, it's the right action. Like, wouldn't it be frustrating if you thought that the things you were doing were moving the needle, only to find a week or a month later that, in fact, that effort was not enough? It wasn't the right effort. I'm all about like shortening the time to do things, working smarter, not harder, working higher, not harder. Is it okay with you if I share with you like a strategy that I have perfected over my 20 years, but really truly only over the last 2 or 3 years? Massive perfection. And the reason is because the strategy keeps changing. You know why? Is because the platforms keep changing. This whole idea of going live, while it existed on Facebook maybe 10 years ago, and while stories, right, we can tell stories that are kind of in the moment on some platforms like Instagram and Facebook. It's more the advancement of the algorithms, how these platforms, these social platforms that we use to connect with peers and colleagues and competitors and our industry, right? These platforms keep changing. Thank you, platforms. So I have perfected how to sell without selling in the DM. Would it be helpful for you if I gave you my strategy to doing that? If I could get on a call with a bunch of you all at once and say, okay, here is how to do the thing. Well, guess what? The masterclass series is back. We just did this incredible some people were on for 5 hours on Saturday. Like, hello, you know you're moving the needle in your business if you're willing to spend a Saturday. One of my guest speakers on that masterclass was Miss Gabrielle Boucher, Mrs. Gabrielle Boucher. Her and her husband, Brian, they own the Purpose Company. And she was out of town at a mastermind with 9-figure earners up-leveling herself. So as we were talking in this masterclass about the fact that we were all spending time together on a Saturday, willing to and ready to roll up our sleeves and get better at the thing, here was Gab practicing what she preaches because she was doing the same. So I have for you an offer to join me live on Wednesday, May 1st. Let me make sure I'm getting those days right. Yeah, Wednesday, May 1st. You can register, say yes, and figure it out. I'm going to give you the exact strategy I use to sell in the DMs, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, how to find your ideal client and peel back the layers and get a meeting. Whether I'm working in corporate or whether I'm working for myself, the number one indicator of whether you as an entrepreneur or your team as salespeople, the number one indicator, put in the chat if you're watching, do you know the number one indicator of whether you are going to make it or not that week, that month, that quarter? The blessing in disguise of having been a corporate salesperson for 20 years is in sales, we are very specifically held to KPIs. And the number one indicator as to whether you, me, am going to make it is how many meetings did I set up? The meetings can then be analyzed because of all this amazing technology now. The meetings are the number one indicator to pipeline. And pipeline ultimately is what is going to drive your business forward. You're going to need to lose some deals, and we'll build up your resilience in order to do that. But you have to have the deals in order for them to be won or lost. So wouldn't it be awesome if I gave you my system, no matter what you're selling, even if you're selling for yourself or you're selling a service or you're selling a product, I'll just give it to you. I will give you my system because I love to do that. All right, so we're going to do it Wednesday, May 1st at 10 a.m., 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern this Wednesday. I'm going to go live in the masterclass. Say yes and figure it out.com is where you can register, and you can join us in VIP. Everybody who was in VIP on Saturday, half of those people stayed until the end, and the takeaways from VIP are like next level, because as it is typical in my masterclasses, I do a lot of teaching. I tell a lot of stories, right? Is that okay with you if I like make it worth your time to show up? And the VIP session is when you actually get to ask the meaningful questions and say, how do I do this thing? Or here is what my problem is. Help me get out of my own way. Or I don't know if anybody else is having this problem, but I'm having it. What does this look like to you? So VIP at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, May 1st is where you can ask me any question you want. And then we're going to go live at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, and just give it all away. Is that okay with you? So register at sayyesandfigureitout.com. And if this video is helpful, let me know. But ultimately, I want to give you this system. So how to sell without selling in the DMs, whether you're selling yourself, whether you're selling a system, whether you're selling services or a product, whether you work for somebody else, whether you're the owner, whether you're an entrepreneur, whatever the case is, this system works. And I can't wait to share it with you. So I will see you Wednesday in the masterclass, and have a happy Monday.